Hello, Advise and Shine. I am so grateful to be back. I'm sorry I took a little bit of hiatus, but I'm back and in full force. I am anticipating to release a video every week, at least one, sometimes more. We'll just have to see, but at least once a week. And once again, I want to reiterate what my goal is for this channel, and that is to bring hope and light into people's lives of all different faiths, backgrounds, and walks of life. Whether you live in the East, in Japan, China, or if you live in the far West, in California, Utah, Alaska, that you can hear these messages and know that I am at least with you in your fight to keep living and to find hope in your everyday life. And today I wanted to focus on learning from your past, but not living in your past. In my own life, I've struggled with addictions of many kinds, and in essence, I'm still struggling with some of them. But as I have taken different steps to overcome those addictions and leave them in the past, I have learned to love who I am today. That's one takeaway, is when we learn to live in the present and not in our past, we come to the knowledge that yes, we made mistakes in our past, but just like a book, we can turn the page, we can start a new chapter in our lives, take the mistakes we've made, and help ourselves become a better person. In my own life, through recovering from addiction, I have learned that sometimes those negative things can be changed into a positive. For me, I love to eat, but that's been detrimental to my health when I've taken it to the extreme. And so we have to find that sweet spot, whatever your life may consist of. Whether you struggle with pornography or you struggle getting to know new people, there's just so many different things in people's lives going on that it needs to be a personal decision to live in the present and not in your past. And I have come to love a quote. It's from who used President Thomas S. Monson. He used to be the president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And in the church's general conference one year, he talked about finding joy in the journey. And for me, that is something so critical, because life, for me, and I know for many people, it's like a roller coaster. You'll have some very low valleys, and then you'll get super high on emotions, and then you'll drop almost immediately back down, and then you have some twists and turns. But as we learn to find those pockets of joy in the journey, we find, we look at our life, what is negative in our life? For me, it's my eating. And I've turned that to, okay, I am going to enjoy people rather than enjoy eating. Obviously, we still need to eat to enjoy life. We need to eat to live. But that is not our everything. We need to come to understand what our weaknesses are and reach out to other people. If you're religious, pray to God to know who and how you can be helped. If you're not religious, reach out to a family member, a friend, someone you trust. That's the biggest thing in learning from your past and not living in it, is finding someone you trust who you can go forward in your journey with. And I am kind of in that middle of my life. I'm in my mid 20s, and when we take that time to find someone to join our journey, it becomes so much easier. My mom, my dad are some of my biggest supporters. They've helped me overcome so many challenges. But when we take that time, that's the thing. It's not a one and done thing. There's going to be days you reflect on your past, but we need to reflect so we can move forward. One of the greatest examples I can think of, and it is fiction, but it rings true in life, is the story of Harry Potter. He lost his parents at a very young age. And then later on in life, he was able to finally get pictures of them. He actually saw them in this magical mirror. And at that point, you kind of see a shift in his character. You see him not be so angry with his past, be so angry with the person who killed his parents. He just realizes he needs to be better than those people in the past that hurt his family. And that's the thing I love about learning from my past, is that I am a better person today because of those mistakes I've made. And because I've learned from them, I can now help other people who may have food addictions, who have other kind of addictions. We must use our strengths that have come from weaknesses to help other people build their weaknesses into strengths. Once again, it can be as simple as texting someone, letting them know you're there for them. And you'll be surprised how many people open up to you. It amazes me every time. Occasionally I'll just text someone I haven't talked to in a while, and I would say probably about half the time I do get a response, and we're able to rekindle that relationship. And then lastly, I want to talk about, we can all do this if we do it together. We're coming out of this pandemic, this time of COVID, but by the time it goes away, are all of these strengths we've now gained of realizing we can do hard things going to matter if we just let it fall to the wayside? We must use what we learned during COVID. For me, it was realizing I need to be closer to certain people in my life that I kind of just threw to the wayside. Yeah, it wasn't on purpose, but it did happen. And so I've been reaching out to them more, and I have loved reconnecting with them. So reconnection and doing it all together is so huge. So remember, a goal that I want you to have this week is find those moments where you get to an end of a chapter, you realize you've made some mistakes, but then push forward to that next chapter of your life and realize no matter who you are, no matter where you've been, you are a new person. You have a new day, new week, new month, new year ahead of you. And I know you guys can do it because I have done it, and so many people before us have done it. And we have so many great examples we can look to. All you have to do is do a simple web search, and you'll find a plethora of stories of people who have gone through hard times, but they did not let those past mistakes drag them down into what some would call a gulf of misery. That place of no return that some people feel they're in. But when we stick together and we realize we're at the end of a chapter, we can then begin to make changes to move forward because we have a future to look forward to. And that is my hope for you guys this week, is that you can find hope in your future and learn to press forward no matter what your circumstances are. I love you all, no matter who you are, no matter who views this. I call this video Advise and Shine for a reason. I want to share as much information I can about learning and growing and being your best self and version of you. And then to go and shine in your communities, in your families, in your churches, in your jobs. Just find places to shine, and you will be amazed at the impact you can have. Once again, I love you all, and I hope you have an amazing week.